Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa. I hope you're all having a wonderful and creative day. I'm so excited to show you this project. This was a dream I had and it came true. I dreamt about crafting. So these are made from mostly Tim Holtz backdrop papers that were 6 by 10. I did delve into my 12 by 12 Tim Holtz paper. I know, didn't hoard it, actually used one sheet of paper. I also used a 6 by 6 from a paper pad. So there's lots of options to be able to make these combinations of pockets, tags that are pockets. This journal card is separate, not from, it was in my stash. Make these labels out of cards, similar to that. But we have all these to play with, and we have all these to play with. So excited. So if you want to see how I took some Tim Holtz papers and turned it into this loveliness, stay tuned. All right, so woke up this morning with this idea. I dreamt about it. I mean, doesn't everybody dream about crafting? And it's actually inspired by a couple of videos I saw recently from Seven Plaza, Marguerite, for Mass Make March. Now what she did on a recent one was 6 by 6 paper turning into a tag. I'll show you what she did. Pretty simple. She used washi tape to cover the back part in the white. So I'm going to do that first before I fold it, because I don't know how far this is going to go. And cut that off in a minute. And then folded the 6 by 6 to meet that. I'm going to go over just slightly because I see it's a tad crooked, because that's how I roll. And yeah, I'm going to cut it off. I say I just fold it over, but since it's going to be the back of a tag that can go in and out, I don't want to roll it over. And then she angled, cut that part off, and cut the other part off to make a tag. That's the way? Yeah, that's the way. Okay, cut this part over to make a tag. Glue it together. Oh, I hope that felt a little tough. There we go. Glue it together and decorate. I can see where I went off. I went off the rails, as they say. Okay, so there it is. Definitely cute. Ink the edges a little bit, do a little decoration, and I've got a tag for, I should have probably inked it in there, but that's okay. I have a tag for my yellow, but of course, this is me taking it just a tad farther and a little bit different. So get this away. I'll put that with my yellow at some point. Okay, so to go farther, I decided to pull out some of my Tim Holtz backdrops. And the Tim Holtz backdrops are approximately 6 by 10, I believe. Yeah, that's 10 and that's 6. So with them being 6 by 10, my thought was I can cut a 6 by 6 piece to get the tag and then use the other half to make little labels. She has another video at Mass Make March where she makes these little labels, and I think it's going to work perfectly to be able to use that and then to be able to have these as accent pieces. So I've pulled a couple of my backdrops. I've pulled them both directions. I've pulled them ones that are sideways and ones that are up and down and upside down. There we go. To show that they would both work. In my mind, they would both work. So where is my little cutter guy? There it is. All right, so each of these I'm going to cut 6 inches, that will be the tag. And for them, I could cut either side if I wanted this to be the tag or this to be the tag. And how I picked them from my pile, I do have a pile of backdrops, was I did take it and do a little fold lightly to see like what the part that would have been this washi tape would end up looking for. So I don't need washi tape for this process. And I do like that for the tag. So we're going to cut this at 6. All right, and so this one, I like that part. And if I like that part, I would cut that because I could fold it this way and have that stamp there. I could fold it this way. And actually, you know, I think I'm going to do it this way because I do like that stamp. Yeah. All right, so the up and down ones, same thing. But the way I did it is I folded it like this to see what it would look like. So I could have that map. That looks kind of fun. That looks kind of fun. And I think I'm going to keep the top part as the 6. And I'm definitely going to keep that top part as the 6 where it says advertisement. That would be fun. And this one, I actually think I'm going to keep the bottom part for 6 for the music. Okay, so these are my 6x6s that I'll fold in a bit to do the tags, but I want to show you how I'm going to use this part to make the smaller tags. All right, so for these, since they are 6x4, I am going to cut them at 2 inches high. And the 2-inch part I'm going to cut in half to 3. So these are 2 bases. This is 2, but I don't need it to be 2. To make the bases that would go on top of these, I need to make these a little smaller. So I'm going to take this piece that is 2x3, and I'm actually going to cut it down 1/4. So it's going to be 1 3/4. And then I'm going to cut it, instead of 3, I'm going to make it 2 3/4. That one, and I'm going to cut this part off because I want that fun part. So 2 3/4 going that way. All right, so the waist that I have, and I could keep it if I wanted, the waist that I have on the backdrop piece is this little guy and this little guy. So I could definitely hold on to these and keep them for accents for things. So I'm going to put them to the side. Okay, so what you get from that is you get reversible to make tags. I got the big ones and the small ones. So I can do that to make a tag, or I could do this to make a tag. And once I get the pile of stuff, I think I'm going to have a whole variety of things that I can make tags out of. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video and cut these back down to the size for that, and do the rounding of the corners, and be back, and we'll play with this. All right, I am back, and I've gone through and cut a bunch of the cards and rounded them, and I have folded the tags, but a couple issues came up that I kind of wanted to address while I was doing these. Not really issues, but things that happened to me where I thought, well, if it's happened to me, it's going to happen to you, so let's figure out how we did it. This was an accidental cut that I accidentally cut in the wrong spot and fixed it with some tape. I actually did it twice, and when I go to cut this one, redo it, did it glue, taped it on there. I'll show you what I did and why it happened. Okay, and then with the fold part, I don't know if I explained that well enough for these folds. So I kept 2 of them to the side. So what I did on these tags is I would lightly fold them both ways and see which one I liked. I like the word, how it says map there. But if I go this way, it just has colors and pictures. So I would decide to fold this one this way because I like that there. It'd be fun to add around for a focal point. And for this one, same thing. Do I want it to go that way to have a little bit more red, have that word receive there? Or do I want it to go around this way and have that stamp thing? And that is why I cut it on that side. But I really do like that with that receive there and the words on the bottom. So I think I'm going to actually go this way. And highlight that right there. So you may, when you first cut these, may think, okay, that's the way it's going to go, but end up doing it a different way. And you can have tags going each direction for items to go in there. Okay, so I'll glue these later. And for the part that we cut off, the 4-inch part, I just want to show you again how we did this. So we took the 4x6 and we're going to cut it down to 2 inches for this. And one of these we're going to cut for the bigger size. We've got the 2 size tags. We've got smaller tags and larger tags. So we want to figure out which one we're going to want maybe as the larger and which is the smaller. I think I want to do this as the larger because it's going to mostly get covered up. So that's fine with this. And I like how that shows more on there. So the larger one, we're going to cut to 3 inches. So that's the easy one, because you get 2 3x3s. Now this is where I ended up getting these jacked up. So this piece that's 2 inches, we need to actually cut down to 1 3/4 inches because we need it to fit on top of there. So I figure out which side I want to get rid of, and I didn't want to get rid of that hint of red because it was kind of fun to have that little hint of red in there. Now this is where I screwed up. I then took this and cut it at 1 3/4 inches. That is wrong, and that's how I got these smaller pieces. When you flip it over, you need it, instead of the 3 split in half, you need 2 3/4 inches. So I cut the smaller one 2 3/4 inches, and then for the other one I have to cut 2 3/4 inches off. So I want to figure out which side. So I'm going to cut that word off or this blank. For this one, I'm going to cut this little piece of word off because it's kind of cut off anyway. But if I wanted to get rid of more of the gap area, I would flip it around and do that. So just take a second to figure out what you want to lose, 2 3/4 inches, and cut it off. Now, if I wanted to keep more of that signature, I could have cut this a little bit off and then come in this side and cut that off and play with it a little bit, but that is good. So that's how we cut the smaller ones, but I wanted to come back and show you that if you do that, you can go ahead and fix it. All right, so the next idea I had while I was doing this was, why couldn't I use some of my 12x12 Tim Holtz paper that I just did a haul of? And I know, shocking, I'm going to use a piece of paper from that haul. I'm not going to hoard it. So I found this one, got a lot of red on there, and I've got a red journal that'll be coming up soon. I've got, yellow ones and green ones. I kind of tried to pick some of those backdrops that I know would go into those journals. So I know this red one would go into it, and I know that these would be fun to fold over. So we're going to start with one extra step. Obviously, we need to get this into 6x6 mode. So I don't want to do it this way. I want to probably keep it long ways to fold it over, I would think. So let's do it that way. So we're going to cut this down. Whoops, to 6 inches. And there is a 6. I can't believe I'm cutting into it. All right. All right, 6x6. Now, the only difference is with the 6x6, my little slider fell right out of there. There we go. This is 6x12 and the backdrops are 6x10. So it's not a problem. It's an extra opportunity to get more fun stuff. All right, so we're going to decide which one I want to be the tag. And I definitely think I want this one to be the 6-inch tag. So I'm going to cut this at 6 to make the tag. Now, technically, I could just make 4 tags instead of having the extra little pieces. And this one 6, and I want to keep that typewriter side. I think maybe I do. This is a little bit different. Okay, I'll keep that for the 6 and keep this for the 6. I'll put that with the tags. Okay, so for the cutting part, since this is 6 by 6, we're still going to go ahead and cut it down to 3 by 3. And I'm going to do it this way. I'm sorry. It would have been 6 by 4, so we're going to need to cut 2-inch strips. So we're going to cut the first 2-inch strip. And we'll cut the second 2-inch strip. Okay. All right, so what we're going to need is we will cut this. Okay, we're going to cut this one as 3 inches and make these 2 the bigger ones. Okay, those are tiny, big. There we go. 2 bigs, 2 smalls. All right, so one of these strips, we're going to make 1 big and 1 small. And I'm going to make this the 2 small. So I'm going to cut this down to 1 3/4. And 2 3/4. And 2 3/4. All right. And same amount of little extra pieces that we had before. And those are smaller ones. So for my bonus piece, I'm going to cut the first piece down to 3 inches, which would be the bigger one. So I got the bigger one, and then we're just going to cut this one down to be a smaller one, which is, cut it down 2 3/4 and, or 1 3/4 and 2 3/4. Okay. And now we have an extra small one. So for out of the big piece of Tim Holtz, the second one, we're going to get 3 sets of tags for it. And again, these can be mixed and matched. They do not have to go together necessarily. These can go with ones that I cut earlier and be able to put them on to make a tag. Fun, 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 fun. I'm only sorting them big and small because when I go to round them, I can do 2 at a time. All right, so let's cut this one down. Or should we just save these? I might as well cut it down. Okay. All right, so we got to do this to 2, 2, 2, 2. Now, as I'm cutting this, I realize a lot of these are focused on being tags that can go this way. Now, if I wanted to cut these, and I won't do it on here because I want to keep it, but if I wanted to have more vertical tags, I could have cut it 2 inches this way and had them standing up as tags. But a lot of these are generic-y enough where you probably could still even, depending on how you decorate them, flip them to be vertical. Okay, so we got the 3 strips, and we're going to make this one the back. So this is going to be 3 and 3. And I'm going to cut this off and make that the last background. This is going to be a smaller one, so 2 3/4. Oops. Hard to cut that because it's underneath there. I gotta look. And 2 3/4 or 1 3. No, see, I almost did it. I almost did it. Okay, smaller one. All right, this guy we're gonna cut down to 1 3/4. And 2 3/4. And we'll cut this part off to 2 3/4. Actually, I'm gonna try to save that a little bit. There we go. keep the circles intact. Okay. All right, I think the chopper can go away. These will need to be rounded. Now I did go ahead, and that was the other thing I was saying, I did go ahead and round all of my pieces. Now, I just like the rounded looks for these, but it is not, does not have to be that way. If you wanted to do the angle ones, say you wanted to put, let's find what I could want to put together. These are pretty similar. All right, say I wanted to put these two together, but I wanted to do the angle slats, I could go ahead and do it that way. And I was using the medium one for the rounders. I felt that that was a nice size for this, so I'm gonna use the medium corner slant for these. But what I was going to say is, if you don't know if you're going to want to do rounds or ends when you cut your pieces, just don't do them until you match them together. Just leave them all in their piles until you match them together, and then go ahead and angle them out. You can ink them, leave them plain, however you want to do it. I think inking the top makes it look nice, and go from there and glue them together and decorate. So I'm just going to glue this together since it's the only one that I have cut right now that is an angle. The rest are all, I guess it didn't matter which way that went. And make a tab. Okay, so while I was cutting and rounding the other ones, I did cut a whole bunch more, which I'm going to pull out in a second here, but I do want to fold these before I forget. So let's get these, out of the way. I definitely wanted to have this one go this way. Interesting. Can make it match. The background matches there. There we go. Interesting. That was a unexpected side effect. I love it. All right, so this one I wanted the paper, that to go. Let's see if we can match this one up too, which we should be able to, since we did it on the other one. There we go. Very cool. Unexpected bonus. And oh, I do, as I'm cutting this, I just thought of something else I need to show with actually the one that's sitting right on top there, but flip that over. On these, I was cutting that part off, which was not part of the front, but on this one, if I would have cut this off here, this would have been really huge, and I didn't think it would look good. I made this one a little wider because I wanted to see that letter, and I just thought it was more interesting than pushing it over farther. So it became a bit wider. This ended up being like 3.5, or most of the tags that I've been folding have been about 3.25. So I made this one a little bit wider. So I did not do the angle all the way to there. So it does not have to be cut like that, but for these smaller ones, I make that one a little steeper. For these smaller ones, I think they're not a problem to cut it that way. All right, so I think I've gone through all the problems that I saw arise when I was making these. And I'm just going to throw a little glue on here. Close that up. So easy to glue. I'll glue this one, and then I will show you the pile of ones that I cut while I was away. Been a busy girl, as they say. Trying to get that bottom to go even. There we go. Okay. Well, I hope you like to try this idea. Thanks to Margaret at 7 Plaza for showing that idea. Well, actually both ideas. Okay, so here are my cards that I cut. These are the small ones. These are the big ones. Like I said, all double-sided, just to be able to play with. Whoop. You are a small one. And here is, oops, got another one. Here is my tags. Love that one. Little drawings, like a receipt. This one is actually not a Tim Holtz. This was from a thicker cardstock 12x12 paper pad that I had. And handwriting. I think this was also from a different paper pad. More invoices. This was fun with the, looks like fabric swatches in there. I got a purple journal that's gonna be coming up, so this purple and black I thought would be fun. This is like teal, the bicycles. This one's actually a printout that I did, that I printed on thicker, heavier cardstock and printed on both sides, and I was able to cut it down because digital is 8.5 by 11. I was easily able to cut down a piece that was 6 by 10 and be able to make these. So that is another way, if you don't have anything else, if you've got thicker cardstock and want to print, you can do this. This could have been, instead of printed on the back, could have been that washi tape version for it. This is another digital that I printed on the front and the back. And this is another different paper pad. So just so many. These I did ink. I think I inked those. I didn't ink these two red ones yet, but that's okay. All right, so I also went and decorated. And this is the outcome of the decorated. I have an extra tab that I decorated, the rounded corners. Very fun. So that is the extra one, because with each 6 by 6 or each 6 by 10 piece of paper, I got a envelope and 2 sets of journal cards. So this would be like one journal card, and this would be the second journal card. And what I did was I attached it, the bigger, attached it to a journal card to go in here. So it became not only decorative, but it also became the tab to pull this out. So I had that one, this one that I decorated with the journal card, and there is the tab pull out. And I have this one with the journal card and that. Fun, right? I love them. All right, so let's see if we can maybe decorate a few. All right, let's have some fun decorating. So I pulled some stuff out. I decided to do this one since I love the red, and I have a red journal coming up in a couple months. So I pulled out some ephemera to put on there. But something else I want to show you that I did in this mass make March kind of month. Didn't do it on camera, but I have these journal cards bases that I made a long time ago. They are on just a thicker chippy board. They were called comic book boards. I've used them for a lot of projects, where I just glued some digitals onto the top, and then I also took these pre-made journal cards. These were glued on just a thicker piece of cardstock. They are collaged on. These were just strips of paper collaged on. But what I did was I took a couple of my random stamps, these that I recently got from Joanne Halls as they're going out. These were just textures, letters, words, and a coffee ring. Hopefully you can see it because I try to do it faint, but some of the letters, I did take some number stamps, the coffee, the texture, and I just went through and put a couple stamps, texture, letters, coffee, numbers on each of these. So I just kept going with like this word stamp and just kept going, you know, a couple times, one time onto these cards, and then went through numbers, went through and did the coffees, and just randomly went through and stamped all of them just to give them a bit more fun to them. It really didn't take more than probably 10-15 minutes to do. Just did a couple stamps and went through all my piles of pre-made cards, and now they just got some extra fun on there. So just thought I'd add that too as another mass make March kind of thing to do. Is if you got bases, go ahead and stamp them. Okay, so I have pulled out one of these journal cards. I did have to shrink it down a bit because it was really snug in there. Just I didn't like how big it was. I really just cut, you know, like 1/4 of an inch off. This ended up being 5 inches tall, and these were like, I can show you on this one. This was, see, I really just cut a little bit off just to make it fit in there. 5 1/4, I think that was. These were just this size because that count board I was talking about, I believe it was just a split in half. I rounded the edges, inked it, etc. Okay, so I was thinking about actually putting this on here, and I do have all my stampings going to be hidden, but that's okay. I don't mind that. And glue. I think I would put that on there, and maybe add another ticket. This is a big ticket. There's a smaller ticket. Speaking of tickets, I don't know if you got a chance to watch my last video where I made some more of these. And if you haven't, I would definitely check that out, because if you haven't seen it, there's a little secret at the end, which I'll spill. I'm going to give away 10 envelopes of those tickets. So go check out that video. Figure out how to enter to win some stamps. I'll be drawing shortly for that. So don't wait too long to watch it. But I still, I'm going to use a few today, but I've got a ton. They're beautiful. So get your chance to get some in the mail. All right, so I pulled that, and I got a flower. Might want to put that on there, and I got it, and then I'm going to decorate the tab. So I did pull out a big and small, and I did ink it. I thought this would go okay with these. I'm going to glue this together and figure out where that tab is going to go on here to pull it out. There we go. All right, so I think I'm going to use this as a decoration. And I did pull out some, I've got these pet sticker sheets. They're tiny stickers. And I thought I pulled out some that had some red on there, which I thought could be kind of fun to add. I like that with the frame. And then there were some red flowers. That could be kind of fun. All right, let's do that. And ink the rest of this before I forget, and glue that on. Okay, there we go. And let's add this frame. Nope, I'm going to add the flower first because this is not hollowed out. Okay, I think I like that one. All right, put the flower there, and then overlap that. Okay, make sure that's on pretty good, and maybe just add something small over there, like a little number or something. I do have these grungy numbers. They are from J. Lee Lou. You are too big. But there are some small ones in here. That I think I'm going to add. Well, I am quite happy with how this is turning out. Like I said earlier, oops, amazing what happens when you dream a craft and go, that should work, and then it ends up working. Very excited. Okay, yeah, put that down there. You go this way? No, you go this way. And I think maybe a little bit of washi tape could be fun on that. So let's see. I don't know if I've used this one. I don't think I have. That'll be cute. All right. Now these are the paperback ones that are always a bit of a challenge just for a start. But once I get it started, I got a way to make it easier to do. Okay. All right, so I'm going to rip off how much I need, which is about, I'm going to rip to there. It's probably a little too long. And then I take the paper and I rip it just past where it's, I'll leave a little bit sticky. So when I go to wrap it around the tape, I have that to stick itself down, and now it stays together and it's easy to use. All right, we're going to put that down there, and we're just going to put this up there. Okay, now get this out of the way, and this is going to have to be glued onto here. So I'm going to glue this part first. And glue. Okay, and then we're going to glue this on. And I think I want to glue it down. I can put it up high, but I like that service number 3. So I think weekly ticket, I think I'm going to glue it right about there. I guess I should have put the pin back in. There we go. Whoops. Okay, that was not good. At least it was mostly where it was going to be stuck anyway. All right. I don't want it too far out, but yet I do want it to be a tab. So we're going to stick it right there. Yeah, and I think I'm going to put a little bit of something else on there, but we'll think about that in a second while I'm thinking about where my pin is. Okay, let's do the tag here. I do like the flower with that ticket, because ticket. Let's see how that's gonna look. And I'm not a fan with that across from it now. So let's change the mood. I do have this vanilla flavor. ticket. It could be cute. I really wanted to use that flower, but I guess I could use the flower on that one. And some washi across there. I think maybe I'll do that. I'll save that for that one. Okay. Boy, that switched up in a hurry. All right. Move that vanilla over so I can see those letters of that digital, that drawing. Okay. We'll put that down there and we'll get some tape and maybe a number across there. Call that one done. Okay. Now the obviously these tags do not have to go with this. This was just an idea to keep them all together. Those tags can go anywhere. Anything can go into this side tuck. That does not have to be something with that, but I just thought that really made it fun. And then you're going to put it onto a say journal page. Let's get one here. Say you want to put it on a journal page. You could glue it down and then be able to use it as a side tuck and be able to put something else behind it. That would be fun. And be able to do that and have something else in there. Yeah, I like it. I actually like it on that page too. I'll have to remember that when I go to put it in the book. Okay. All right. All right, so I said some washi tape, more and or a number. All right. I have this fun. Oh, there's a little piece there. All right. Let's add it. I'm going to add some glue since this was a little piece just kind of hanging there. I don't know how sticky it is still. All right, we're going to put it right there. And we'll put a number in the middle there. My handy book of numbers. I like it. Okay. Now for these tags, you could definitely also put a hole in there to add ribbon or an eyelet or something, but just be aware that if you put a hole in there, it is going to decrease the size of your pocket. If you just wanted to make it be able to put a tag in a, you got a pocket, you want to be able to put it into a tag in a pocket and then have something come out of it, that is another option. Does not have to be glued down to a page. I love it. And that goes in there. So cute. So cute. Okay. All right. I'm going to put these away, and I think I'm going to make a yellow one because I have that. I see this lovely one peeking out at me. This one could be fun to do. So I'm going to put the reds away and come back with some yellow stuff. All right. I pulled out some fun stuff for the yellow ones, and I've kind of separated to where I think they might go. And I do have a couple extras here that I'm not sure if I'll use or not. I did take a couple sheets from my freebie that's on my Ko-fi account, as well as I did take off part of a piece off of a collage. I don't think I'll use that one. That was a little bigger than I thought. Be a nice color, but didn't really fit anywhere. So, all right, so I think I'm going to start with these. This is that one that I did with the washi tape, and I do have my freebie. I was thinking about putting the butterfly on there. I do have one of those tickets, which I thought worked perfectly because I got yellows and oranges and blues, and I'm like, it doesn't show too much of this, but then it just becomes like a background page, so I like it. I did go through and put a little bit of splatter stamp and coffee stamps on there also while I was gone, just to give it a little bit more depth and personality. And I think I need to get a new glue page because this one has really taken a beating. So, all right, glue. Yeah, I'm definitely loving these tags. These are fun to play with. Now for, get that on there, for the tuck-ins, I have decided not to use those, but I have two different ways to add little tabs to it, so I will show you those when we get to that. So as I love, there's always options, and I'll trim that wing off. Sorry if you don't like the animals getting cut off, but I don't know. I think it looks kind of cool when they're off the page. And yeah, don't forget to check out that video to enter to win some tickets. Now, I did notice, and I'll probably mention later, occasionally they want to pull up. So if you get them, you just got to put a little glue in there and they'll be fine. This one, the blue had come up. Sometimes it's hard to get all the glue on there when I'm doing the strips and they cut out, they're tiny, so I'll be like, hey, what do you expect for free? No. Okay. Yeah, that's cute. I'm not sure. Might wait, but I might put something down there, but I'm going to hold off for a minute on that and see. I might just keep it the way it is because I do like it. Okay, so for the item that's getting tucked inside of there, I'm using one of my Whack and Stacks. I did cut it down to be just shy of 5. The Whack and Stacks are, I believe, 6 inches normally. And I'm going to use this Tim Holtz ephemera as a tab on there. I thought that was very cool. So I think I'm going to go ahead and glue this stuff down. Okay, and that is going to go into there. Cute. Now, I don't know if I'm going to want to put any decoration on here. Probably not. I think I like it like it is. Yeah. Okay, that one is done. Put that to the side. Now I have this one. Now this one, I don't think I want to cover this up too much because I do like how it looks. So I was thinking about putting this flower on there. It would just cover up some of the words and then just add this like there. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, and I was thinking of maybe putting some washi tape here. Just to get it blending in there. Yep, that'll work. Okay. I like how you can still see the little bit of the coffee ring through there and the splatters. Yep, I like it. Just defines it a little bit between there. Beautiful. Okay. Now this guy's got a lot of little pieces of very foldable, kind of fragile leaves sticking out. So let's okay. Yep, there we go. And then we'll just do that up on top of there. Okay. Nothing too fancy. Just enough to add a bit of color to the outside. There's always that corner that gets missed. Yeah, I like it. I might add a little bit of colored tape to that, just to kind of anchor it a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Love it. Okay, now for its tuck-in, I'm using one of my chipboards that I used and another one of those digitals from the freebie. So I was thinking about adding just a hint of yellow behind there. Brighten that up a little bit. And then this I was going to wrap around, so that was just showing up a little higher. And then I'm going to add this as the pull, and it was just cut from my whale tail punch that I have, and just added a strip of that same washi tape here just to make it less brown. I just thought the brown looked good with it. And we'll go from there. Okay, I like it. Now this one I'm probably going to go find a number or something maybe to add to it. Yep, let's do that. Okay. All right, so I was going to put this bingo card right about there because it'll be surrounded by the flowers. Okay, let's do that. Okay, I don't want to cover the butterfly up. Trying not to glue on my table here. Yeah, I like it. All right. All right, put it down there, and then I think I'll add, like I said, a number around there just to cover up that brown a bit. Yeah, cute. Okay, let's add some glue. Okay, got glue on my thumb. Okay, let's get, oh, I did have this. This has been laying on my desk. It's like a little mushroom stamp, but it's got some blue in there. I thought it might be kind of fun to add to something. It's lost all of its gluing. I think I'll put it in there. Almost looks like a one of the bingo place holders. Okay. Oops. Crooked. There we go. Now it doesn't have to float on my desk anymore. Okay, and some sort of number for that. And I'm going to think I'm going to go that way. This has a bit of green to it. Oh, you're kind of tiny though. I think we'll put that over here. And we'll find something bigger for that. All right, it's not a lot bigger, but I like how it has the fun, little fun stuff on there. Okay. I won't put one on the back, just call the front done. Okay, well, I think this has accomplished what I set forth from my dreams. Put these away and get out the ones that we have finished today. Oh, that's what I wanted to show you. I did that one on camera, but I'm going to show you this one. I did that one off camera because I had the red stuff out. But let me show you these up close and personal. All right, so I did this one off camera because I had the reds, and I did add, there we go, some little stickers on there. There's some washi tape, the numbers. I did stamp with a little bit of Tim Holtz stamps for these. I put it here, there, and oops, have to get that wing glued down. Leave that out. Okay, and then this one we did on camera with the reds. I really like how that came out, the frame of the flowers. Very cute. All right, and this yellow one that we just did with the, I love those tickets. And that, and this yellow one, the bingo cards and the flowers. Very cute. All right, these are the ones I did earlier off camera also. I put the washi tape on both of those, kind of tie them together. This was part of that collage digital back there stamp. Love it. And that one, I like this. This is going to go in the green. Got the green butterfly, green stamp, and it's got some blue on there with the blue flower, but there's a lot of green. That's also from my collage page. A lot of blue and green on that one. And then finally this one, that's a washi sticker. Some more washi stickers. And you can see all that stamping in there. It looks very cool on the background. So, all right, well, that is it. Push those too far forward. I really enjoyed this project, and hopefully you did too. And hopefully you'll be able to go out and mass make some of your own, because they truly are very easy to do. So go out and find yourself some papers and get started. All right, that's going to be it for me today. I appreciate each and every one of you that has stopped by, and hope you all have a wonderful and creative day. Bye now.